Oh my gosh, it is overrun with rats. I need to re-equip some bolts. Do I have any on me? You know what? Let's get throwing knives. Fuck it. Boom. There we go. Oh, hey, did just open up. Oh, wow. Excellent. Hey, maybe these rats were here waiting for it to open up too. If anything, you know what? It's a wonder that the Ordinators or Booyan Armigers or whoever, that the temple never found this place. Because all they would have to do is look for the weird island that has a whole bunch of people just standing around waiting for this door to open up, right? Because if they ever have to go out and like do a grocery run or some shit, they're fucked, right? They have to wait here. All these Ordinators come by, see a whole bunch of monks and priests just chilling inside of the fucking crash suite, just waiting. Fuck. Well, that's it. I don't know. In the defense of the Ordinators missing it, a whole bunch of people just stand around waiting and doing nothing. That's every town in Morrowind. When we had last left the prisoner bound by prophecy, they had one final meeting with Caius Cosidus and had received one final issuance of orders in which they were to meet once more with Milo. However, things had been complicated, for Milo was no longer resting at the library of Vivek. No, in fact, she had been imprisoned inside of Bardau, and the only way that the prisoner was able to find out was through a hidden secret message to Amaya that was actually to them. But using that information, they were able to infiltrate the Moon Prison and exfiltrate with her. Well, sort of. They gave her a powerful scroll of divine intervention, which she used to get out of there. Now, the prisoner bound by prophecy was flying solo, with no spy master to return to. They had to seek out Holamayan all on their own. This is the Elder Scrolls 3, Morrowind. This is Morrowind Mondays. Welcome back. There we go. Let's head on out. All right, let's get on over there. Let's see. Let me double check this as well. So which boat do we exactly have to go to? It is here in, yeah. I'll go to the East Docks in Ebonheart, find Blada Hateria, and tell her that Milo sent me, and that I want to go fishing. Okay. Good. Well, fortunately enough, we are also in Ebonheart. You know, it's amazing that she just didn't want to wait for me. You know? It's amazing that Milo didn't want to wait. At all. Why? What gives? Come on, Milo. It's a... I have to imagine that by boat, to get from Ebonheart to... well, the secret location of Holamayan, it isn't showing up on... oh, it is. It is actually on our map, alright. But to get from here to Ebonheart, or from Ebonheart to Holamayan, my bad, I have to imagine it would take a while, you know? Sheesh. Okay. We could have ridden on the same boat and everything. Alright, maybe she didn't want to be seen with me. Maybe that would blow her cover, or blow my cover, or blow the cover of the priests, the Dissident Priests and all of that. Right? There's a whole lot of cloak and dagger going on. Certainly. Alright, let us head on over through here. Good. I'm surprised that the Ordinators don't have eyes and ears in Ebonheart. You know, they don't even have a building, like an embassy or whatever. Maybe they just assume that Vivek is watching this, right? I don't know. Which Vivek could be. It very well could be the case that Vivek is seeing everything that we're doing right now and knows what we're doing. Certainly Vivek, well, spoilers, will eventually say that Vivek knows already what will have happened, or multiple permutations of what will or could happen, right? Being as they've attained godhood and all that. Anyway, let's see. Is this Blada? Or is the other one Blada's ship? Nope, this is Navosi Hlan. This must be Blada. a fucking name. Okay, over this way. Hey, Blada, is this your fishing ship?
Anytime now.
Yes, I'm Blada Hateria. Do I know you? What's your background? I am Blada Hateria, pauper. Travel? I'm sorry, there must be some mistake. I'm a fisherwoman, not a gondolier. Okay. Let's see, do you have anything of interest to say? Can I ask about your trade? I guess we've never read this. I'm a pauper, one of the humble small folk. I make my way in the world as best I can, laboring in the fields, kitchens, and factories of lords and merchants. When times are good, I live well by my own work. When times are hard, I must hope for the charity of the nobles and wealthy merchants. Jeez. Okay, let's go on over here. Know you. Right. You're Lyle Schnub. My friend said you might want to go fishing. Yeah, go fish. Do you like that? Is that fun? I know a fine place. Excellent fishing. My friend Mara Milo says it's her favorite fishing spot. You ready to go? Oh yeah, maybe we'll find some amazing tripod fish and all that. Alright, yeah, let's go. I'm ready now. Good. I'm ready to take you to Come on! Don't say it now! After all this, you're just gonna come out and say it? Fuck me! What if someone's over there is listening or some shit? You don't know, there could be an invisible motherfucker just right behind me. Alright, I'm ready to take you to Holamayan. Anytime you're ready to travel. And I'll be here to offer that service anytime you need it. Okay, great. Tell me more. Hey, what if I really do want to go fishing? I'm ready to take you to Holamayan anytime you're ready to travel. Oh man, okay. No fishing indeed. Wow, I gotta pay for it too? Who are you? What kind of a person are you? Are you not one of the priests? Is this actually your work? Are you for real like a pauper who's in on it? I don't know where the truth ends and the lie begins. Let's see. Azura's Coast region. Here's 51 big ones. There we go. Hey. You're not Maramilo at all, unless that boat trip took a really long time. All right.
Make it quick, Outlander.
Vevrana Arian. I'm Vevrana Arian, a monk of Holamayan. The monastery is here, on this island. Take the stone pathway north from the docks, and the path uphill. The entrance is guarded by a magical shield. Wait or rest at the head of the path, and the portal will open at dusk and dawn only. The magical twilight hours sacred to Azura. Mara Milo has told us of your coming. You can find her in the library with Master Borello. Later, I can arrange for your return to Vivek whenever you are ready. Okay. Tell me about this place. Holamayan is a secret monastery of the Dissident Priests. The monastery itself is beneath the surface of a remote island along Azura's coast, with only a single entrance, hidden from view by hills and vegetation. The monastery is further protected by a magical shield, which opens only at dawn and dusk, the magical twilight hours sacred to Azura. How about return to Vivek? You'll return to Vivek by boat, arriving at the west docks in Ebonheart. Are you ready? Not yet. When you're ready, I'll be here, waiting. Your background? You're a monk. Tell me about being a monk. I am a monk. In mind and spirit, I am a student of the hidden mysteries, of the unseen world that lies behind the objects and ideas of everyday life. In body, I am a student of the ancient martial arts, patterned on the rain of sand fighting styles of elsewhere. Whoa, what? Rain of sand, does that just mean like a lot of really quick, small hits? Because that does sound about right for Morrowind's hand-to-hand fighting style. It's just rapid, quick hits. You're not really pulling off any moves, you're just punching rapidly. I pursue hand-to-hand in unarmored self-defense, because what you don't have, you cannot lose. I also train with the blunt weapons called staffs, because even the poorest peasant can own a staff. Oh wow, okay. How about some lore, maybe? The Morag Tong are honorable, law-abiding executioners and assassins. They hate the Dark Brotherhood, the outlaw Western Assassins Guild. Okay, very well. So you are the ship captain here. Okay, fair enough. Well, let's head on up the stone path and everything. Very cool, right? Ooh. What secrets are here on this strange island? We can't even see it from here, but on a clearer day, or I guess maybe we will see it once we get closer. On a clearer day, we should, if you have your... Well, no, not quite. It's down here, isn't it? Yeah, you wouldn't be able to see it. Yeah, it's definitely... It's off a bit. We're off kilter a bit. I was about to say you could see the great statue of Azura. We're kind of nearby, but not quite. Unless it's right here. Is it on this little peninsula? I don't think so. I think it's down here. Right? I think it's further to the south. You might be able to see it. It's pretty huge. I don't know. Okay. What's going up here? Oh my gosh, it is overrun with rats. Oh shit. I need to re-equip some bolts. Do I have any on me? You know what? Let's get throwing knives. Fuck it. Boom. There we go. Oh hey, did just open up. Oh wow, excellent. Hey, maybe these rats were here waiting for it to open up too, right? Man, if anything, you know what? It's a wonder that the Ordinators or Bullion Armigers or whoever, that the temple never found this place. Because all they would have to do is look for the weird island that has a whole bunch of people just standing around waiting for this door to open up, right? Because if they ever have to go out and like do a grocery run or some shit, if they need to go outside, they're fucked, right? They have to wait here. What are they gonna do? Just have all the priests like ducking and hiding inside the creshweed here, just waiting for the time? All these Ordinators come by, see a whole bunch of monks and priests just chilling inside of the fucking creshweed, just waiting. Fuck. Well, that's it. That's it. I don't know. In the defense of the Ordinators missing it, a whole bunch of people just standing around waiting and doing nothing. That's every town in Morrowind. We didn't yet invent the fucking ability to like have day-to-day, what do you call them, schedules and stuff for NPCs. It didn't exist yet. That wouldn't be until Oblivion. People just be hanging out. You're lucky if you have a walking routine where you path back and forth in an area. Alright, let's go on in. There we are. Let's do a quick save as well. Let's swap to local. Why not? Okay. Yes, all of the saint trioliths are here as well.
Go ahead.
We should refer to our journal and see if we wrote anything interesting. Blata Hateria is ready to take me to Holamayan anytime I'm ready to travel. Blata Hateria sounds like a fucking place from Demon's Souls, and she'll offer that service anytime I need it. Vevrana Arian, a monk of Holamayan, says I will find Mera Milo in the monastery here, on the island. A stone pathway north from the docks leads uphill to the entrance to Holamayan, but the portal opens only at dusk and dawn, the magical twilight hours sacred to Azura. I will find Mera Milo in the library with Master Berlo. Later, Vevrana Arian can arrange for my return to Vivek whenever I am ready. Huh. Alright. Hey, Tavam Sadri. You're not who I'm here to meet.
Welcome, Lyle Schnub. Mera Milo has told us of your coming. You can find her in the library with Master Borello.
Now, if I recall, this bit here, in this Dissident Temple, we're gonna get some lore dumps. This might be the heaviest lore dump that you get in the game. I'm not sure. There might be one later. There may very well be one later when you talk to a very special someone. Alright, let's see, Mera Milo?
Maramilo has run terrible risks remaining at the Hall of Wisdom and Truth, and we are grateful that you have rescued her from the Ministry of Truth.
Tell me about Borello.
Master Gilvis Borello is the abbot of our monastery and the head of our secret order.
Your secret order?
We have adopted the name Dissident Priests. We are not ashamed of our disputes with the temple's hierarchy.
Dissident Priests?
We are fiercely loyal to the temple's ancient traditions, but we are troubled that the ultimate source of the tribunal's divinity might be the same as a source of Dagoth-Ur's evil power. Dagoth-Ur's power seems to wax as the tribunal's power wanes. Read the Progress of Truth and other documents of the Apocrypha in our library, and you'll see why we are uneasy.
Return to Vivek?
Vivrana Arian, a monk at the docks outside, can arrange for travel back to Vivek. You can only enter or leave Holamayan at dusk and dawn. The entrance is sealed at all other hours. But please, make yourself comfortable here. Rest in our beds and make good use of our services. You may read our books, but don't take them. Do not abuse our hospitality. Do not take personal items or alchemical apparatus or ingredients or other private property.
Okay, yeah, jeez. Sure, fair enough. Barter? No, you don't want the skooma? Come on, surely y'all could love some some skoom up in here. Let's see. Magic, and where is that skooma at? I guess I could just type it in. Here it is. There we go. Hey, barter. What do you have? Oh, you've got new shit going on here. Huh.
Yes, Maramilo and Master Borello should be in the library. Did you have questions about our services and hospitality, or did you want to return to Vivek?
I want to barter. What have you got? Grave dust. Restore health, cure common disease, restore fatigue. Some muck. Okay. Let's see. How about services and hospitality? I never asked you about that.
You're welcome to rest in our beds. Speak with the others here and you may find they can be of service in various ways.
Lore?
Town and City Dunmer live either in the metropolitan style of Vivek City, the urban style of towns like Aldrun, or the imperial style of recent settlements like Caldera.
Little advice. Oh, what?
Vala Catrasso at the Aldrun Guild of Mages runs a little class for new arrivals in Vardenfell. And by the way, she is also happy to talk about her vocation as a priest.
Okay. You notice how sometimes these people will recommend us to someone who's like the best of their trade to ask about their trade, I guess? I wonder if there's extra dialogue for that. I never bothered to do anything like that, right? Does each class have its own representative in Morrowind who's like the top of their class in Vardenfell? I don't know. Maybe. Little secret.
Have you heard of this new secret cult, the Sixth House?
Yeah, I've heard of them. I feel like you have too.
They say they sit around in caves cutting off pieces of their own flesh and eating it. It's that corporous disease. Makes the flesh grow wild and crazy. Cut a piece off and another piece grows back, bigger and better. Gods say we're looking into it. Right, that makes me feel better.
Sure. Okay, let's go on over here. Pretty sure Borello is over this way. Yeah. And this is Maramilo.
Wonderful. Welcome,
Okay.
Outlander.
Hey, Gilvis Borello.
How can I help you?
Let's ask about... Actually, let's talk to Maramilo first. I'm sorry. Thank you, Lyle Schnub, for rescuing me. Now I'll stay here at Holamayan with Master Borello and assist him with the monastery's library. Master Borello? Master Gilvis Borello is the abbot of our monastery and the head of our secret order. Okay. How about these scrolls, the Divine Intervention scrolls? Of course, normally I only use CV intervention scrolls, but for my escape from the Ministry of Truth, a divine intervention scroll was just what I needed. Right. That would be pretty funny if only we could give her one, right? Oh, if only it were that kind of a role-playing game where you could just choose to screw her over. Okay. I mean, I guess you can choose to screw her over by way of, like, you know, just killing her if you want. You can do that. You can sever the thread of prophecy if you want. But, you know, in a more minor inconvenience sort of way. I guess minor inconvenience relative to death. Okay, let's see here. Other cults? The Imperial cult are the official religion of the Empire. Their worship is false and unworthy, but their worshippers are no more good or evil than any superstitious savage. Ancestors? The spirits of our dead live on in our world. They can know and affect the future, and can speak with other spirits, and work great magic, so we honor and gift them, and show them love, and ask them to help us. Dwemer. They call themselves dwarves. They call them dwarves in the West. In their folly and pride, the Dwemer conspire to create a god to serve them, and to destroy the Dunmer. But now, they are no more. Empire. Their armies are great, and so is their lust for fortune. Fortune? That's a key word? Fortune is the corrupt spirit of commerce, profit, and usury. Usury? It is worshipped under the name of Zenithar in the Empire. Wow, that's such an interesting take on Zenithar, huh? I never thought of it that way. But that's, yeah, straight up. Yeah, Zenithar is like the imperial god of capitalism, huh? Huh. Wow, what a fascinating take here. Oh, I like it. Okay, I like it a lot. All right, great. Great houses. I can't believe I never thought of it that way. What a fucking fool I am. All right. Let's see. Great houses. The Red Party of Redoran preserves the ancient martial traditions of our ancestors and deserves our thankful respect. Pilgrimages. The most pious members of the temple make pilgrimages to various sites on Vardenfell where gods, saints, and heroes have faced tests and trials. Why am I saying pilgrimages so weird? Am I saying pilgrimages weird? I feel like I'm saying it weirdly. I feel like I'm putting the emphasis on the wrong syllable. Or something like that. Alright, Gilvis, now it's time to speak with you.
How can I help you?
Let's see, how about you tell me a little about yourselves, the Dissident Priests?
A significant part of the temple hierarchy might be more inclined to accept and tolerate differences of opinion and dogma, but other parts of the temple, in particular the ordinators under Burrell Salah, claim that the threat from Red Mountain and Dagoth can only be resisted with a unified, resolute faith. The people are afraid, so they support the hard line. But if we can show ourselves to confront Dagoth more effectively than the ordinators, the temple and the people will support us.
Oh, if only this could come to a head, where, like, you work with the Dissident Priests for a while and eventually have some sort of a showdown, or conversational showdown, right, through dialogue choices with Burrell Salah. There's a lot of opportunity there. Maybe it got cut in the interest of time, right? Huh. Okay, because, you know, I would love to see, like, a battle of ideology between the Dissident Priests and the fascist ordinators. Alright, let's see. How about Sixth House?
This is a new threat, and not yet widely recognized as another face of the devil Dagoth. But it is clearly a sign of a coming crisis, and the temple may no longer be able to protect Morrowind. In such troubled times, the Dunmer may turn to the ancient pillars of faith, the ancestors, and the Daedra, and especially to the prophetic visions granted by Lord Azura. Then they may look to the Nerevarine, Saint Nerevar Reborn, to lead them against the grim armies of Dagothur.
Tell me about this Nerevarine.
Our interest in the Nerevarine used to be a matter of principle, a willingness to consider the validity of mystical insights rejected by temple doctrine. Now Dagothur grows stronger, while the tribunal grows weaker, and the return of Saint Nerevar, even if only reborn in spirit, may be our best prospect of salvation.
Tell me about Nerevar.
By the way, here are a few books from our library you might find of interest. Each gives a very different impression of Nerevar.
Okay. The real Nerevar, Nerevar Moon and Star, and Saint Nerevar. I guess we should read these over time in order to, because, they're pretty plot relevant, although we've read them before, way back when. Nerevar, tell me more.
I hope you find the books useful.
How about the Lost Prophecies?
I have reviewed the Apocrypha and have found 2 passages of particular interest. We've made copies of these passages to give you. Many are familiar with the 2 Nerevarine prophecies, current among the Ashlanders called the Stranger and the 7 Visions. We have 2 other prophecies, the Lost Prophecy and the 7 Curses, that may offer additional insights into the riddles surrounding the coming of the Incarnate. Perhaps these are the Lost Prophecies that your friend Ebony Mesa told you about. We have also prepared a document for you called Kagranak's Tools. This document will explain to you, and to others, the terrible secret that the temple conceals about the true history of the tribunal and the corrupt nature of their divine powers. It is to conceal this secret that the temple persecutes the Nerevarine and the Dissident Priests. This persecution must stop. We must be united against the true enemy, Dagothur. And if you are the Nerevarine, you must lead us against him.
Okay. Tell me more about, the Lost Prophecy, the 7 Curses, Kagranak's Tools. Holy shit. We're getting quite the list of important reading, aren't we? Okay, here. Let me actually write this down in a notebook, that way I make sure we read these throughout the playthrough. Let's see here. Let me flip to a clean page. Alright. Let's see. The real Nerevar. Nerevar, Moon, and Star. Saint Nerevar. Okay, and down here, what are these? The Lost Prophecy. Let's see. The 7 Curses. And Kagranak's Tools. Wonderful. Okay, good. We'll make sure to clear them all out as we proceed. Okay, but for the time being, let's ask this person. Let's ask old Gilvis Borello about it. Tell me about the Lost Prophecies.
We have given you copies of Kagranak's Tools, the Lost Prophecy, and the 7 Curses. From what you tell me, you may know. You may now have the Lost Prophecies the wise woman Ebony Mesa asked you to seek. Perhaps you should share your new knowledge with her.
Okay. Sounds like we should read that one first, actually. Okay, good. Tell me about the Lost Prophecy. Oh, you're just going to recite it to me, I think. The Lost Prophecy.
From 7th sign of 11th generation, neither hound nor gua, nor seed, nor harrow, but dragon-born and far-star marked, outlander incarnate beneath Red Mountain, blessed guest, counters 7 curses, star-blessed hand wields thrice-cursed blade, to reap the harvest of the unmourned house. I've annotated your copy of the Lost Prophecy with our best efforts at interpretation, but a rough summary might be: an outlander, foreign-born but welcomed as a guest, confronts 7 curses beneath Red Mountain. His hand, blessed by Azura, uses a cursed blade to bring justice to House Dagoth, or House Dwemer, or both. The Nerevreen, an outlander that wouldn't please many Ashlanders, and may explain how the prophecy got lost.
Right. Okay. Pardon me, excuse me. I guess in that sense, it is fitting that in this prophecy, right, that the Nerevreen be an outlander, because the Nerevreen, if they are to go up against Dagoth-Ur is like a fucking ultra-nationalist or whatever, right? So it's only fitting that even if you are Dunmer yourself, you're not born in Morrowind, right? You're born beyond Morrowind. Alright, let's see. The 7 curses.
The 7 curses reads as follows: through the doors of the unmourned house, where scoffers scoff and schemers scheme, from the halls of the oath-breaking house, rings 7 curses of gods blasphemed. First curse, curse of fire. Second curse, curse of ash. Third curse, curse of flesh. Fourth curse, curse of ghosts. Fifth curse, curse of seed. Sixth curse, curse of despair. Seventh curse, curse of dreams. Your copy of the 7 curses bears our guesses at interpreting the verses. In short form, 7 curses come from House Dagoth, or House Dwemer, or both. Fire and ash come from Red Mountain. Flesh is Corpus. Ghosts, seed, and despair are unclear, but Curse of Dreams seems to refer to recent cases of soul sickness and sleeper attacks in the towns.
Excuse me. Ghost, seed, and despair. Huh. I'm not sure. Is it the ghost fence, maybe? What is seed? And what is despair? Oh, the seed might be what's at the heart of of Red Mountain, so to speak. Maybe that's it? Maybe that's the seed? That's an interesting way to think of that, though, as a seed. Okay. And despair. What would despair be? I'm not sure. Because in a sense, for ghosts being ghost fence, although House Dagoth, the 6th house, did not erect the ghost fence, they are kind of indirectly responsible for the ghost fence existing, right? Not directly, right? But the ghost fence exists as a symptom of the 6th house having their, like, return to power, so to speak. Right? And the Dunmer fueling it with their souls and stuff rather than participating in ancestor worship with all of that, you know? Maybe that's it? Despair, though, I'm not sure. What would despair be? Is it a Kula Khan, maybe? What would despair be? Huh. Weird. Yeah. And dreams, yeah, like they said, dreams are pretty self-explanatory. What is ghost, seed, and despair? Huh. I'm not sure. What is despair specifically? Oh, maybe it's a curse that Vorin Dagoth bears, right? Because Vorin Dagoth is in sort of a state of despair, right? Unless you think these three are meant to be analogs for Almsivi for each of the three tribunal. Maybe? I could see that being the case. Ghosts for Sothasil, Seed for Vivek, and Despair for Almalexia? Maybe? I could see ways in which those could map over. I don't know. Maybe it's intentionally vague, right? Maybe it doesn't have a very clear-cut sort of connection to anything, you know? Yeah. I guess maybe the Lost Prophecy would be like a great version of the Dragonborn sort of prophecy or whatever. Maybe that's it. But in and of itself, it's not complete, you know? There's so much more to it than just this. Huh. Which I guess this does also confirm that the Nerevarine is Dragonborn, right? Is that the meaning behind that? I don't know. I'm pretty sure a lot of people, like, you can be Dragonborn, just not really know it. You know, you're not necessarily going around shouting and shit, right? Because certainly in Skyrim land, where you are, they make a big deal of you being Dragonborn. You could play that whole game without ever learning a single dragon shout, you know? Anyway, Dagoth.
So long as the Ordinators, Buoyant Armigers, and Tribunal could contain the Blight and Dagother's creatures within the Ghost Fence, faith in the Temple's protective power was strong. But now travelers and settlements suffer from blight storms and marauding monsters, and the people fear the Temple is losing its ages-old battle with the devil Dagoth.
Right. Okay. Yeah, sure. Apographa.
The Hieroglypha are the collected priestly writings of the Temple. The Apographa are the hidden writings, secrets known only at the highest levels of priesthood and inquisition. Defying the Temple, we have gathered as much of the Apographa as we can here in Holamayan. One of the chief disputes between the Temple and the Dissident Priests is that the Temple hides the truth from its followers.
Right. Okay. Of course. And we can't ask you about anything else. All right. Fair enough. Good. Well, now we've got the missing piece so we can return back to Nabani Mesa. All right. Let's, however, read all of our journal updates because we sure as shit had a fuck ton. Let's see here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we've got so many takes. Okay. The Temple might not be so intolerant of differences in opinion, Gilvis Borello says, but the Ordinators under Burrell Salah claim that the threat from Red Mountain and Dagoth can only be resisted with a unified, resolute faith. If the Dissident Priests could show that they can confront Dagoth more effectively than the Ordinators, the Temple and people might support the Dissident Priests. Right. Which I do wish that there was more to this sort of like, I don't know, effort of grandstanding and making a show to the Temple's faithful to like garner their faith in the Dissident Priests. It would be cool if there were more of that. But like I said, it kind of moves so quickly, you know? It makes it seem as if there was stuff cut in the interest of time. The appearance of the Sixth House is clearly a sign of a coming crisis, according to Gilvis Borello. In such troubled times, the Dunmer may turn to the ancient pillars of faith, the ancestors in the Daedra, and the prophetic visions granted by Lord Azura. Then they may look to the Nerevarine, Saint Nerevar Reborn, to lead them against the grim armies of Dagoth. I think that was mostly the same. Gilvis Borello says that Dagoth grows stronger while the Tribunal grows weaker. He sees the return of Saint Nerevar, even if it is only the spirit of Saint Nerevar, as the best hope for salvation from Dagoth's menace. Gilvis Borello gave me several books about Nerevar. Gilvis Borello gave me The Lost Prophecy and the Seven Curses. The Lost Prophecy says the Nerevarine is an outlander. That may surprise the Ashlanders, but it suggests that I might really be the Nerevarine. He also gave me a document based on the Apocrypha called Kagranak's Tools, which reveals the guilty secret behind the Tribunal's divine powers. I must bring these lost prophecies to Nabani Mesa as soon as I can. From the Apocrypha, Gilvis Borello gave me a document called Kagranak's Tools. This document describes a terrible secret that the temple conceals about the true history of the Tribunal and the corrupt nature of their divine powers. To hide this secret, the temple persecutes the Nerevarine and the Dissident Priests. Borello says the persecution must stop and we must unite against the true enemy, Dagoth-Ur. It is interesting that the Dissident Priests don't want to, like, once they... Maybe that is in the plan, I'm not sure. Maybe first and foremost they just want to deal with Dagoth-Ur because that's the immediate, most important threat. But they don't really have a plan for dealing with the Ordinators and all of that, you know? Because they're more interested in everyone unifying against them, when in truth, like, the Ordinators are also kind of a problem, you know? Maybe they think that by way of disproving them, by, like, calling into action or calling into question the way in which the Tribunal gained their divinity, could sway the Ordinators and all of that. And not just the Ordinators, but of course, like, the true Temple faithful and all of that, right? The regular day-to-day people who have faith in the Temple. I wonder. Huh. Because this being a little short-sighted does also work well with kind of what we're doing in Skyrim recently with the Creation Club stuff with Ghosts of the Tribunal, right? Because they didn't really fully deal with it. And even if they did have a plan to deal with, like, the remnants of the Temple and all of that, the Ordinators, the Bullion Armigers, people who are still faithful to the Tribunal, they wouldn't have had time to do it because the Red Year would happen, right? Everybody would be scattered dealing with another crisis, so those people who are still, like, super duper loyal to this kind of fucked up lie are still out there, right? They're still out there. They still believe what they believe, you know? How do you convince them of that when they're still going around? How do you convince them that, like, they've been led to believe something fucked up and that they've been kind of taken advantage of? But at the same time, right? Certainly, Elm Sevi did literally perform miracles and stuff, right? It's such a cool, complicated situation, isn't it, in that sense? When you get down to how complex Elm Sevi is, and that they really did have, like, good interests in mind, for the most part, right? It's just that the means by which they attained divinity were like, dubious as fuck, to say the least. Alright. Here's Gilvis Borello's short interpretation of The Lost Prophecy. An outlander, foreign-born... Okay, we've read that. Do we have any other takes here? Maybe the prophecy was lost because Ashlanders didn't like the idea of an outlander Nerevarine. Here's Gilvis Borello's short interpretation of the Seven Curses. Let's see... Yeah, and no new takes there. How about over here? Gilvis Borello says that faith in the Temple's protective power was strong as long as the Ordinators, Buoyant Armigers, and Tribunal could contain the Blight and Dagoth-Ur's creatures within the Ghost Fence. But now travelers and settlements suffer from blight storms and marauding monsters, and the people fear the Temple is losing its ages-old battle with the devil Dagoth-Ur. The Hieroglypha are the collected priestly writings of the Temple. The Apocrypha are the hidden writings, secrets known only at the highest levels of priesthood and Inquisition. The Dissident Priests have gathered much of the Apocrypha in Holamayan. One of the chief disputes between the Temple and the Dissident Priests is that the Temple hides the truth from its followers. Okay, so just stating the obvious, just in case we weren't following along. Fair enough. Right. And truly, yeah, truly fair enough. It is difficult to follow for, like, your first time going through. I could totally see someone, like, having difficulty with that. Alright. Let's see, over here. We should speak with everyone.
Come
Frankie.
on, then. Say something or move on.
Welcome, Lyle Schnub. Maramilo told us of your coming. You can find her in the library with Master Borello. Okay, do you have anything to say? Some advice? Arteza Ellis is a well-traveled and knowledgeable pilgrim. She works over in the canon offices at the temple. If you're polite and respectful, she'll answer any questions you have. Okay, great. How about you?
Go ahead.
Do you have anything new or interesting to say? A little secret? Okay, no, not really. Let's see, anything else around here? Brief history of the Empire, of course. Back in this room. Okay.
What do you want?
Hey. Oh, you've got a little bit to say.
Welcome, Lyle Schnub. Maramilo told us of your coming. You can find her in the library with Master Borello.
Actually, you don't really have anything new in particular. Yeah. Barter? What have you got for sale here? Is there anything interesting that we should get? Water breathing? Maresian cuirass? Shield of Light, Velos Tower Shield, Velothi's Shield, Velothian Helm, Amulet of Rest. That ain't half bad. Yeah, Amulet of Rest is actually pretty decent. Huh. We don't have one, do we? No, we don't. Should we grab that? That's like not half bad. You know? Because we've been carrying around this heavy-ass shield. Right? Or no, what have we been carrying around that restores our fatigue? That's like super heavy. Oh no, wait, yeah, we have been carrying around this heavy-ass shield for exactly the same reason. Yeah, so 1 to 10 points for 20 seconds. 1 to 10 points for 20 seconds, yeah. Except it weighs 1 unit, whereas the shield weighs 30. Okay, yeah, we'll totally get this. Good. Because we're not really using shields too much. And if we did want to use one, we can use like a much lighter weight one than an ebony shield, you know? Yeah. Okay, that's a great idea. Alright, anything else here? Bunch of scrolls. Let's see, magic. Can we sell off some diamonds and stuff to you? No, you don't buy that, huh? Okay. Well, that is unexpected. How about some scrolls? We certainly have a shit ton. There. Fortify willpower. Don't need that. Do I need shielding? Not really. Okay. I mean, maybe I do. Maybe I do want shielding. That could be... that could actually be useful. Okay, we'll get rid of the Fortify Willpower one. There we go. We'll pump that up a bit. Oh, shit. Okay. There we are. Good. Okay, yeah, in between videos I can maybe sort through all of this a bit more. Alright, now who's in here?
What do you want?
Teren Omathan. Do you have anything interesting to say? No. You do offer training, however. Hand-to-hand sneak and acrobatics. Meh. Okay. Over here. Hey.
I will listen, Outlander, but make it quick.
Bararin Sadri. Let's see. Master Borello. Yeah, you really don't have anything interesting to say? I could have sworn that they would give you something. You know? Huh. Like, I thought each one of them would give you an item or something along those lines. Services and hospitality? No. Okay. Sure. All stuff we've heard. How about you?
Speak quickly, Outlander, or go away.
Morrowind lore. Morrowind used to be free farmers and herders and fishermen ruled by great houses and their noble councils. But since the Imperial occupation, the Dunmer are more dependent on trade and industry. Okay. How about you? You have anything
Speak,
of interest
traveler.
to say? Morrowind lore? Ashlanders are primitive native nomads living in the wilderness. There aren't many of them. Okay. And that's a full loop of the entire place. Okay. Well, you know what? Before we call it, let's do a quick read of one of these books, huh? How about... Is the Lost Prophecy just what we've already seen? Let's see. Oops. Let's see here. Lost. There we go. Okay. Oh, this is some extra stuff here. Okay. Sure. All right. Yeah, let's read through the notes. We already know the rhyme and all of that, or the prophecy itself, I guess. Notes. Lines 1 through 3. Of ancient family, but not of the 4 great Ashlander clans, born under foreign stars and the sign of the dragon, the imperial sign. Oh. Huh. So not necessarily born under... Okay. Dragonborn in that they're an outlander. Not necessarily in that they're, like, born under the imperial dragon. Not literally dragonborn in the way that, like, the meaning is in Skyrim. But dragonborn as in born of the imperial dragon, the literal imperial dragon crest. Maybe. Though, that said, it is open to interpretation, right? In true Elder Scrolls fashion, you could interpret it in either way, or in both ways, right? Let's see, line 4 through 5. Outlander Incarnate appears as a formal epithet, stressing the linkage between the words. The Outlander Incarnate is a blessed guest, one not born of the tribes, but accepted as a guest with rights of hearth and hospitality. Under Red Mountain, he will confront and balance against 7 curses. See the 7 curses prophecy. Also, Dagoth is served by his 7 kin, once great wizard lords called Ash Vampires by the Ashlanders. Yeah, it'd be cool if they delved more into the 7 Ash Vampires. These great wizard lords. But it's kind of... You don't even actually need to go up against them all, as far as I remember. Maybe you do. I don't think so, though. I don't think you do. Maybe you do. Shit, I can't remember now. Alright, lines 6 through 7. Star Blessed suggests Azura, the Daedric lord and patron of magic, fate, and prophecy. Thrice Cursed Blade may refer to a weapon called Keening, associated in certain legends with the Battle of Red Mountain and Dwemer Craftlord Kagranag. How's it thrice cursed, though? Oh, by the Tribunal. Is that it? Cursed by the 3 of them? Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Okay, reap the harvest is a reference to the proverb. You harvest from the seeds you plant, which means you get what your labors deserve, in both a positive sense of reward and a negative sense of punishment. Right, okay. Yeah, thrice cursed, blade, reap the harvest. Okay, so then that also, remember earlier when we were talking about the seed? What the seed was in the other one? Yeah, the seed, we have to harvest what has been born of that seed. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Let's see. Over here. The Unmourned House could be either or both of the lost great houses of the Dunmer, House Dwemer or House Dagoth. Oh. I never knew House Dwemer was a great house. Huh. So then there were 7. The Dwemer were ingratiated in Dunmer, I don't know, society. They had their own great house. Huh. Let's see, the Unmourned House. Reap the harvest of the Unmourned House. Yeah. Could be either or both. Yeah, it could be... I would go with both. It could be both the harvest of House Dwemer and House Dagoth. For real. Huh. Yeah. It could totally be both. Alright, fascinating. Let me cross that off the list. Let's read the 7 curses now, because that was quite quick. I'm assuming this one will also be a note. Yeah. Okay. So these are all of the... Yeah, this is all that. Man, I think I remember in Morrowind Mondays Volume 1 reading through all of this, and not fully being able to make sense of it, right? Fucking wild that, like, years later, I'm actually able to parse a good amount of this, right? And understand, like, what a lot of it is referring to, or where it's intentionally meant to be ambiguous. Not to, read ahead here, and steal the word, but it's meant to be intentionally ambiguous and difficult to parse in some places, to where interpretation is just, in true Elder Scrolls fashion, interpretation is run amok. You can interpret it in a lot of different ways, right? Anyway, lines 1 through 3. All right. Does it include this here? Through the doors of the unmourned house, where scoffers scoff and schemers scheme from the halls of the oath-breaking house. Lines 1 through 3, ambiguous, may refer to the impiety of the god-mocking House Dwemer, or the treacherous diplomacy of the subtle House Dagoth, or both. House Dagoth, however, was reviled as oath-breakers for their treachery at Red Mountain. It may, however, refer to unspecified broken oaths of peace between Lord Nerevar and Lord Dumak, founders of the Grand Council. Nerevar and Dumak were loyal friends, until the disagreements between the Dwemer and the other great houses broke out in open conflict. Do we remember exactly what the disagreements were all about originally? Wasn't it about land? I can't remember. Fascinating stuff, though. Okay. Through the doors of the unmourned house, where scoffers scoff and schemers scheme from the halls of the oath-breaking house. Yeah. Once again, I would lean with both, as it even posits here that it could be both, right? Rings 7 curses of gods blasphemed. Right? The unmourned house could be the one where scoffers scoff and schemers scheme, and the halls of the oath-breaking house, rings 7 curses of gods blasphemed, could be House Dagoth, right? That's how I would read it. Line 4. The Dwemer were mockers and profaners of the divine. 7 curses of gods blasphemed? Interesting, but that seems like that seems like this paper is reading it incorrectly to me. Because in what way were there 7 curses of anything of the Dwemer? Maybe it's something we don't know about in the greater lore. When we do have 7 connections of 7 of the, lieutenants or whatever of Dagoth Ur. Yeah. And Oath-breaking house, with these 7 curses here, all being... Well, no, because all of these are also in some ways linked to... at present, they refer to the 6th house. But when they were originally born, years and years ago, right? When all this first happened, and Indoril Nerevar still was alive... all of these curses would have been applicable to the Dwemer, to House Dwemer. Okay. Let's see, 5 through 6. What are 5 through 6? Curse of Fire and Ash, right. Okay. The curses of Fire and Ash would come from Red Mountain, where Dagoth Ur rules. These were the earliest reported threats from Red Mountain. Okay, these are explanatory. Curse of Flesh suggests blight diseases, especially Corpus. The fire and ash storms preceded the threats of blight and Corpus. 8 through 10. Obscure. May refer to as yet unrecognized threats from Dagoth Ur. And 11. Recent reports of soul sickness and disturbed dreams come from townsfolk and Ashlanders alike. That the 7th and final curse has begun suggests that the threat presented is about to reach a crisis. 8 through 10. Yeah, ghosts, seed, and despair. Like I said, this could be allegory for Elm Seavey. Ghost Fence could be ghosts. Seed could be what's at the heart of Red Mountain. Despair could be Akula Khan. I don't know. Or despair could be internal turmoil of Dagoth Ur. I'm not sure. Yeah, despair is the hardest one for me. With Ghosts and Seed, I can come up with a few possible things that work. But despair, that doesn't really... I don't know. It's weird to say that the curse is... Maybe the curse is Dagoth-Ur. Spurned by despair, is driven to madness, is driven to like some sort of anger, some wrath, is driven to wrathfulness, and that because despair has inhabited this person, Vorin Dagoth, that now they are one of the curses. They are like a walking curse, right? Because their actions will lead to, I guess, despair, right? Their inner despair perpetuates external despair, maybe? I'm not sure. Because I feel like with it being analogous to the tribunal doesn't work, because despair doesn't really read to me as Almalexia. Ghosts, you could see Sothasil. Seed, you could see Vivek. But when you get to despair, you look back and the other two seem like stretches. Right? I feel like despair is just the odd one out that I'm not sure about. Maybe it's something more immaterial. You know, similar to how we were talking about despair within Dagoth-Ur, you know, despair within the people of Morrowind, you know? Internal political turmoil, right? Division being sown between people who were previously united, you know? Between the great houses, between the House Dunmer and the Ashlanders, and then between all of the Dunmer and the new on the block Empire, right? It could be that. Maybe that's good enough. Okay, great. Well, when next we come back, I suppose we will report back to Nabani Mesa and we will read a couple more of these important bits of information. We do have Kagranak's tools, a note that we should read as well. In between videos, I will probably do a little bit of inventory management here. Probably not too much, but just a smidgen of it. And like I said, although we got kind of a lore dump here, I think there is one hell of a lore dump coming up. Right, I'm pretty sure what we get later will definitely overshadow this. Right, I want to say it does. Anyway, until next time, please take care of each other.